Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Sapochnick and I'm an immigration attorney based in San Diego, California. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top tips for filing an H1B visa successfully and maximizing your chances of approval. Tip number 1, make sure that your education matches the job that you're applying for, the job that is actually sponsoring you. For example, if you have a degree in history, if you have a degree in writing, and you're applying to do a job of a marketing person, while it's possible to do that, it's very important that your degree evaluation and the way your position is being created must match the requirement of the job. So it's very difficult to get H1Bs approved these days when the degree is not completely related to the job that you're doing. So it's very important to consult with an immigration attorney who specializes in H1B visas to understand, first of all, if it's even possible to do that and how to make the connection between your degree and the job that you are applying for. The second tip that you have is make sure that the job itself requires a degree. So, for example, if you're doing a sales position, if you're applying for a position in sales and they're trying to get you an H1B, then that position is not going to work, because sales jobs are not qualified for H1B visas. And how do you know? Well, there are ways to research in the online occupational handbook, which is the database where immigration are looking at to see which position require a degree and which position not require a degree. So therefore, again, consult with an attorney to determine whether the job itself even requires a degree under immigration, and if not, don't waste your time applying for an H1B visa. The third tip that I'll tell you is make sure that you understand what is the salary that is required to be paid for this position before you file for the H1B visa. For example, if you're applying for an engineering job in San Francisco, it will be more than $150,000 a year for that position. If your employer is not willing or not able to pay you that salary, you're not going to be successful in that H1B because it's going to fail. One of the things that we need, and when we do an H1B visa, is get a labor condition application filed and certified, and that labor condition application tells you the wage that you need for that position. If your employer is not able or not willing to pay you that wage, you're not going to be successful in filing for that H1B visa. Our next tip is make sure that the application that is filed is highly organized with all the exhibits and all the supporting documents that are showing that the job is complex enough that you're qualified experience-wise and education-wise, and that the immigration service can see the link between your experience and the complexity of the job. So therefore, an application that is not highly organized with correct exhibits, with correct information, will more likely result in a request for evidence, and once you get a request for evidence, it's very, very difficult to fight it and get it approved. It's very important that the filing fees must be paid by the employer in H1B application, and also they should be separated in separate checks. So don't include them all in one lump sum. For example, if you're going to be expediting your petition by using the $1,225 expedited fee, that check should be separate with the I-907 form. All the other fees that are included, there are several fees in H1B application, should be paid by the employer and should all be written out in separate checks. Highly important, because if there's a mistake in one check, they may send the whole application back and you will not be selected in the lottery. One final tip that we have is it's very important to send the application to the correct address. So many cases are being sent back because they are not reading the instructions. Remember, we have the California Service Center and we have the Vermont Service Center. If you're in the East Coast, if you're in the West Coast, read the instructions on the form, make sure that you check that with your attorney and file it in the correct place. If you don't file it in the correct place, your file will be sent back. The more you're careful with the job description, a detailed job description, highly anticipating the specialty occupation request for evidence, the more chances your case will be approved and selected in the lottery. We wish you a lot of success in the H1B season filing. Make sure, I hope that your H1B cases will be selected, and if you get an RFE, it's not at the end of the world, you can still fight it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and make sure to subscribe below to the channel. We have a lot of exciting videos coming to you every single week. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.